Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. Sorry I've been gone for so long. There are very valid reasons why I've been gone, and I am going to leave you once again, but for a much shorter time in October, which is my spooky time, but it's for something very important. In the meantime, let's stop chin-wagging and get to a story. Before I start, I just want to thank all of you who stuck with me. Do not read a book called Goodnight, Precious to your children by user blairdaniels. My son is 2 years old and does not sleep. So, when I saw an ad online for Goodnight, Precious, the only book guaranteed to put your children to sleep, I clicked. I was skeptical, but there was a video demonstration on the website. I'm going to show you how this works. Right now I have a child in bed. The goateed man motioned to a 3 or 4-year-old boy lying in bed, wide awake. I'm going to read the book to him. Watch what happens. The video cut to him finishing the book. The sun is set, and you slumber. Good night, precious, little wonder. As soon as he closed the book, the boy's eyes fixed straight ahead, blank, motionless. Then they fluttered shut. No wake-ups in the middle of the night either. Once he falls asleep to this book, he stays asleep, the man said, over the boy's light snores. I was sold. I clicked on that order link. In 3 days, I had the book in my hands. It was a lot thinner than I expected, only a few cardboard pages. The cover was a drawing of a boy sleeping in a bed, as an old woman, maybe his grandma, watched him from a rocking chair in the corner. I read it to Jackson that very night. It's time to go to sleep, little dear. When you wake up, I'll still be here. I read to him softly. The illustration showed an old woman tucking a child into bed. She wasn't smiling. I glanced at Jackson, still wiggling and wide awake. But he seemed to be enjoying it at least. Night has fallen. Stars are out. Go to sleep now. Don't you pout. This image showed the same woman sitting in a rocking chair next to her sleeping child. You'll sleep through sadness, sleep through pain, and when it's done, we'll do it again. That line's really a stretch, I thought to myself as I glanced at the image. The illustration was the woman getting out of her seat and walking towards her son's bed. Go to sleep now, little one. Be patient now. We're almost done. In this drawing, the woman was looking down at her sleeping child from the bedside. She was holding a pillow. I turned the page to the last one. My heart stopped. The old woman was pressing the pillow over the child's face. She was smiling with one of those cartoonish grins you often see in kids' books. I read in a soft, cautious voice. The sun is set, and you slumber. Good night, precious, little wonder. I closed the book and looked over at Jackson. He was fast asleep. An hour later, I was asleep. I woke up at 8. Jackson didn't wake me at all. A welcome change from the usual. I looked over at his still slumbering body and smiled. But by 11, he still hadn't woken up. He never sleeps this late. Maybe he's sick. I turned on some light music, talked to him. I patted his back. No response. Jackson? 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 I said. I picked him up. I put him on my lap. Jackson, 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 Jackson. Jackson? He slumped his head against my chest. Jackson? Are you okay? Nothing. Just his soft, deep breaths against me. Jackson? Jackson, wake up! Baby, please, please wake up. Jackson! Please, baby, wake up! Nothing. I yelled in his ear. I bounced him up and down, brought him out in the sun. Nothing woke him up. Now it's almost 3 o'clock. He's been asleep for 19 hours. I'm about to load him into the car seat and drive him to the doctor. I think something is terribly wrong with him. I found that story particularly spine-chilling. You just don't mess with people's kids. Who even set that up? That was evil. Evil, evil, evil. Okay, so that was called Do Not Read a Book Called Goodnight, Precious to Your Children by a great friend of the channel and one of my more popular authors, blairdaniels. And hang in there, and I'm going to add a short, sweet little extra story for you to listen to. It might be more of a 2-sentence deal or a little poem, but why not? And I promised you all a treat, so I am going to give you a second story. It is a 2-sentence horror. It is written exclusively for Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. No Such Thing by Muse Ingenue. Oh, you are being ridiculous, Hecate. There's no such thing as ghosts, I scoffed. Ironically, mere seconds later, the cleansing spell was complete and I vanished. Hey, nothing like ghosts meet goddesses or witches, whichever way you want to look at it. That was a special little treat for you, exclusively on Musey's Modern Dreadfuls. And it's been great to check in with you all again. It's been especially great to give my editing team something to do. It's been a while. I've had a really terrible situation going on in my life. If you know, you know. Just so those of you who do know, the campaign is still going on, but any show of support, even coming here, giving a thumbs up. But if you want to show support in other ways, ain't gonna stop you, but I'm not forcing you. Again, I will be gone for a little bit of time, pretty close to Halloween. The Little Muses and I are meeting with an agent. So there you go. Maybe all of us are going to be signed with a new agency. That is my hope. So keep your fingers crossed for us. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you for sticking with me, friends. Bye now.